Hey guys, I'm back again with this unflattering lighting and boring backdrop. This time I wanted to talk about why I smoke a pipe, why I started. So, I'm gonna start off with the beverage, tasty beverage, the huge. Yum. Let's get this pipe packed. I'll show you what I'm smoking first. This is a Hobbit's weed. So I found this label online myself, but you can get this recipe. It's a mixture of like cherry, Cavendish, and some vanilla tobacco. This is a blend that a certain tobacconist used to make. They went out of business, and now everyone's kind of like everyone caught on. They were sad that they couldn't get it anymore, and but you can blend it. You can make it your own, make it on your own, which I did. I bought the different tobaccos and I combined them, put them in a mason jar with a cool little, nerdy little label. If you like Lord of the Rings, they're big on smoking the pipe. So a lot of people, that's the reason why a lot of them got hooked from Lord of the Rings. Actually, kind of funny, but I'm smoking. This is one of my favorite pipes. I'm smoking out of a. I don't know if you can see it. I'm just using my cell phone camera, so it's not super high tech. But this is a boot shokan. This is a bent Rhodesian shape, big boy pipe. This has a big bowl. This will last me a good 45 minutes or so. I found this pipe at a antique shop downtown here locally, and I cleaned it up, polished it up myself. Love it. It's Dr. Boston, so it's a second-hand. Here, let me show you what I'm doing here. It's a factory second boot shokan, which is a French pipe maker. So what some manufacturers will do is like if there's some sort of blemish, they'll sell it as a factory second with a sub brand for cheap. Anyway, get this bad boy packed up. Get her lit. I know it's bad habits. I'm packing it pretty tight. I preach against it, but I'm a professional. Do as I say, not as I do, right? Anyway, stupid, dumb. This bitch lit up. Ooh, got a little piece of tobacco, a little straggler. Get in there, bud. You're gonna get burnt. Okay. Anyway. Get a little crazy with that fire. Fire! Alright. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very good. This one's a super mellow aromatic. This one's the crowd pleaser. People love this one. All my friends like to smoke it. That's why I have a pretty big jar of it on hand. I don't know. Yeah, everyone likes it. So anyway. Get this bad boy all stoked up. So this whole pipe smoking thing, it's a hobby for me now. I never expected to get into it like I have, but it really it really got a hold of me. But I don't do it to look cool or feel special. I'm not a narcissist. That's not why I do it. For me, it's the nostalgia. mishap there. Getting crazy, man. I'm not even drunk yet. Not even drunk yet. Yeah, but for me, it was the nostalgia of it. Because all of my grandfathers, mom and dad side both, and then my great grandfather on my mom's side, they all smoked a pipe when I was a little one growing up. And yeah, I was chasing that nostalgia. And a lot of people, when I'm smoking out in public, the first thing, that naturally they're intrigued. It's not very common you see people smoking pipes out in public anymore. And most of the time, people my age, I'm 33, that magical age where I caught the tail end of, all these cool trends back in the day. Touch tone phones, people smoking the pipe. Started to become less favorable, when I was a youngin', but I got to witness the patriarch on both sides of my family smoke a pipe. And anyway, people my age, they see me smoking in public, and that's the first thing they say is like, "Oh, it smells incredible. My grandpa used to smoke a pipe." I'm like, "Oh, cool, me too." Yeah, that's how I was like inspired. And yeah, that's how I man, this thing is not cooperating. It doesn't want to steal it. I'm supposed to be the professional. I'm having technical difficulties here. And anyway. There we go. Okay. So yeah, for me, smoking was never a habit. For me, it was a social thing when I was a lot younger. I used to drink a lot. Who didn't? But I would enjoy a cigarillo, sometimes a cigar, cloves when I was drinking. So cigars are really expensive. I didn't really want to spend that much, but I was I wanted to pick up pipe smoking because I was after that nostalgia, like I was saying. I'm getting to the point. I'm working my way up. Not scripted, so getting there. I remember when I was a kid, my great grandpa, he smoked this particular type of cherry tobacco. We had a local store here in the mall here in town, and it was like one of those one of the stores that was like had all these manly tchotchkes, like fancy chess sets and like knives and swords, and then in the back of the store they had a humidor with cigars and pipe tobacco. So we go it was my grandpa's birthday. My mom would go to that store, and pick out some of his favorite cherry tobacco, and she let me smell it. I was maybe 4 or 5. Still remember that. Still remember that smell. Great. And I just got to that age where I was like slowing down, and I wanted a hobby to enjoy, and I thought, smoking a pipe sounds pretty intriguing. So my grandpa's used to do it. I'm really curious about it, and I'm into like kind of like my hobbies. I have a lot of hobbies of like a bygone era. Like I'm into like traditional wet shaving with straight razors and all that stuff. So it's just natural. It's a natural progression for me. So I'm like, okay, well, let's give it a shot. And I ordered a starter kit. It sounds silly, kind of like a novelty, but a corncob pipe and some cherry tobacco. Corncob pipes are actually very good pipes. People think it's a joke, but yeah, they're actually really good pipes. They're cheap, especially if you're gonna try it out. Really cheap, cost effective if you're gonna take one with you. Like if you're traveling, who cares? You lose it, whatever. They're like $6, whatever. They smoke great though. Yeah, I got a corncob pipe, and I did her, and it just snowballed from there. And yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a lot cheaper than smoking cigars. You can buy fancy briar pipes. This one I got for like less than $30, I think. This one would retail for about that, but I bought it. It's referred to as an estate pipe, so I bought it secondhand, gently used. I cleaned it up. No, I use it regularly. Well, you can spend thousands of dollars on like artisan briar pipes, or you can spend $10 on a corncob pipe. But I would rather have like a nice handmade. Every pipe, it doesn't matter how cheap or how expensive, they're all handmade. You know, this wood is formed and shaped and finished by human hands, even though it's cheap. So you can buy a nice piece of craftsmanship and just have it forever and smoke a shitload of tobacco out of it. You can buy a really nice handmade pipe from an artisan for under $200, and it'll last you forever if you take care of it. And I like that. I like the appeal of having like an heirloom piece you can hand down, and I actually have a lot of pipes that belong to my grandfathers. I got lucky and they stuck around. These pipes did, and I was able to eventually inherit them once my grandmothers learned that I picked up the habit, the hobby, I should say. But yeah, like these are in progress. I got some like that belong to my grandpa on my dad's side. This stem is like really oxidized. It's brown. It should be black, but yeah, it needs to be sanded. This is like a cheap Dr. Graybo. Not a high-end pipe, but still a good pipe though. This one's pretty cool. Big old like captain pipe. Big old chin hanger. That's comical. Let's see. This one might be one of my favorites. I like the way this one's shaped. Ooh, I gotta make some adjustments. That tendon's really tight, but I like that. I like the way this one looks. It's long and slender. I like that. Anyway, yeah. I gotta buy some more equipment to be able to finish those up. But those have been sitting there for a while on my workbench. So, yeah. People like always comment like, "Oh, you look so fancy. You look so fancy," and like it gets their attention. Bam! They see like I'll just be off like at a brewery, just sitting there by myself, just puffing. In a group setting, someone will come be like, "Oh man, I used to smoke a pipe years ago. I didn't know people still did that. That's cool." Or like, "Man, what are you smoking? That smells great." And yeah, it's nice to kind of nerd out. We're fortunate enough to have some pretty good tobacconists here in town still, and there's one in town that sells a ton of pipes, pipe tobacco, all sorts of stuff. So I'll steer people in that direction. I order a lot of stuff online, but I can put some links down below. But I'm fortunate that I can just go to the tobacconist and just buy some stuff at will. Mm. Gonna hotbox the garage, dude. This is a big bowl. This is gonna last a little bit longer. I don't want this video to be too long. For me, this is just another way to kind of create another facet to enjoy my hobby. I haven't been able to smoke that much lately. There's been a lot of ugliness going on in the world just with this whole pandemic, and it's not getting any better. It's getting worse, actually, and so yeah, that kind of put a halt to a lot of my social gatherings. So, and having an infant at home, me and the wife both work full time, so it's tough to get out and enjoy my hobbies like I used to. So this is the only quiet time I get when the baby's asleep. So I figured this would kind of renew my interest in the hobby and allow me to share with people that already know me and maybe some strangers out there on Facebook or YouTube. If whoever is watching this, not very many people, but yeah. So I'm gonna finish this bowl. I just want to share that with you. So yeah, if you stuck around and listened to me ramble, I appreciate it. And if you have any comments or questions or words of encouragement to say, leave them down below. Laters.